And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Jedi Academy here on RSG, the stream where we bring the best and brightest. Well, that's not true. And try to answer your questions about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the mobile app game. Sorry, I've just recovering from many streams yesterday and the Heinze session, so my brain's just not functioning like it should. Plus, my allergies are kicking my ass at the moment. So I sound like I've been snorting cocaine, but I have not. So I get double the pain, none of the fun. But this is the Jedi Academy where we hang out with you wonderful people and answer your questions about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And it's pretty simple. This is a straight Q&A show. And the way it works is if you have questions, we're going to try to give you the answers that you're looking for. So it's very interactive. And all you need to do to participate is ask your questions. So if you have a question, all you need to do is put your question into the chat. Now, there is a caveat to that. If you want your question to actually be answered, you have to put the word question in front of your actual question statement. Because we use Nightbot and to help filter out your questions from everything else and the static and everything, and to make sure that we see it, we have the keyword, and the keyword we use to filter for is actually the word question. So it's pretty simple. If you have your questions, go ahead and get those in. It behooves you to get those questions in now because we do have a cutoff, because eventually we'll get to a certain point, we'll have a cutoff, and then because it's no later than noon Eastern today, I will do my GAC. Then Finn's going to do his GAC, and then tonight we will be doing the D&D over on Twitch. So we got a lot of stuff planned for you guys today. So get ready for all that. So go ahead and get your questions in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, do all that stuff that you need to do on YouTube. There's funny little, if you're a sponsor, you can do funny little emojis and stuff like that. So we don't interact with the chat as much as when we're with other shows, because mainly we're looking for the questions and stuff, but we will interact a little bit. So feel free to do your emojis, say hi to everybody. It's grab your coffee, grab your croissants, grab whatever drink and snack you want wherever you are in the part of the world that you're in, wherever time zone and time it may be, and get ready for your questions. So let's introduce the panel. Of course, we've got Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman, the Troll Extraordinary here.
Hi.
Anything else you want to add to that, Finn, other than just hi?
Good morning.
Okay. I'm going to murder Heinze, Finn. You know what he did to me last night? He secretly replaced someone with Grande Patron, who was on the stream last night with me and Heinze. And Finn, he has never had a reading like he did last night for Heinze's names.
That's why I love Grande.
I don't know if you would love Grande with the two words that he mispronounced horribly.
No, I probably still would.
You sure? I'm going to tell you what he said.
Sure.
Okay, what's you know who Goku is in Dragon Ball Z and Vegeta, right? And Goku has a real name when Vegeta calls him that all the time. That's not what Grande said.
Kakarot? Did he say Kakarot?
No, he said cock carrot.
Cock carrot. Okay.
Cock carrot.
That's why I love Grande. Okay. See, I'm 100. Okay.
And then he thought that Vegeta was Veggie Odo.
Well, that's actually the combined form, right? Vegito is kind of spelled that way when they actually do their fusion.
I know, but it's not what he said. He said Veggie Oto.
That's close.
No, Finn. There was no.
I mean, all the carrots,
there
all
was no
the Saiyans are named after like veggies anyway. So Veggie
in
Odo
the name.
Not...
And those were just two examples of the fine.
I feel like there needs to be a Veggie Odo in Dragon Ball now.
You're gonna get your ass kicked by the Dragon Ball Z community, Finn. That's not a community you
want.
What?
It would fit into the theme of all the veggie names.
I'm just telling you, Finn.
We got carrot. We got veggie and
Finn,
table.
I'm telling you, they're gonna beat you.
We got broccoli
to death. Do not tempt fates with the Dragon Ball community. I can. That's because I'm a Chad. You're too nice, Finn. They would harm you.
I'm Oolong.
No, you're not.
Oh yeah, I'm 100% Oolong. If there's anyone in Dragon Ball Z that I am Oolong.
Isn't that a fat noodle?
Oolong? That's udon.
My bad.
Yes. Oolong is a scared little pig. I am Oolong.
Anyway.
Welcome to Galaxy of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. So anyway, that happened last night. So, yeah. We also, that voice you heard, we've got our guests so far. I'm surprised Heinz and the rest haven't showed up. They're probably still recovering from grid and everything else. We've got Micro W. Huntington the Third from Her Majesty's Secret Gaming Service. All. That's your cue to say hi, Mike.
Yeah. It's the elusive mute button, as always. So, unfortunately, I won't be able to be here for the full duration,
No,
but I
that's
wanted
totally
to pop on and say hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. What's the connection between a soya bean and a vibrator? They're both meat substitutes.
Oh, God.
Sorry, that was a follow-on from all the veggie-related Dragon Ball Z.
With Mike, no, Mike. Okay.
You're still waking up. Yeah. I must admit, I'm kind of like I'm liking this kind of like cocaine hangover thing that you got going at the moment.
It's more alcohol induced.
Is that a load of hookers' clothing in the background? I can see some remnants from the blow in the foreground.
Yeah, I'm afraid not. I wish. Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Trust me, if I had that, I would take pride in that. You know, I would take pride in my work. Speaking of taking pride in their work, from the Escape Podcast in the GAC War Report, we've got the Nev.
Hello, Governor.
Hey, Governor, how are you doing? Hello.
Well, I've got the Sparkies in at the moment. So, Sparkies, sorry. I've got electricians in the basement at the moment, finishing the lighting and finishing some plugs. So, I'm on my phone. I can't be on the PC. I'm on my phone. Because if they cut my power, at least I'll still be able to, be here.
So
if I did it on my PC and they cut the power, it'd be me gone forever.
Now, Finn, you notice he said that his electricians, if his lights start flickering and stuff, that's not the Haints.
You don't know that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Do you have an EMF reader to prove that it ain't the Haint down there playing around?
No,
you need a UV light to flash onto the light switch to make sure that it ain't the Haint playing around. So you don't have proof that it ain't the Haint?
You don't have proof that it is.
I don't either. I'm not saying it's one way or the other. See, you drew a conclusion. I did not.
Well, let me see. Scientifically
evidence
speaking,
to see whether or not it was a Haint or not.
Well, I've
got some black lights if you like. I can turn them on.
Let's not do that.
No, see, that's exactly what you would need to do.
That's not what we want to see.
Ectoplasm on the light switch to see if they're.
I don't think that's ectoplasm. Let's not.
You got some chippies around there as well, mate.
Let's really not do that, please. Oh boy. Oh, all right. So we like to start off the Academy while everybody's jumping in and getting their questions in. Go ahead and get your questions in, guys. Remember, that's it behooves. I'm telling you, get your questions in sooner rather than later. We do have a cutoff. This week in Galaxy of Heroes, we'll start with you, Nev. What's on your mind? What are you thinking about with the game?
Well, I did mention it yesterday. I think switching the cadence. I mean, not that I did them anyway, because I don't like Galactic challenges, but switching the cadence to just doing them on weekends, I think is not a very nice thing to do. Since it was sold to the community as something you can do every day. So it's something you can do every day on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday now, as opposed to something you can do literally every day. So, yeah.
Well, they did, in fairness, they did say that they're having issues and, working on
Oh, yeah, no, and I 100% get that. And I think the community manager,
Dojo
Fet, communicating that to the community on the forums is very much appreciated. A lot of the time, something like this would occur, and then they would not communicate it at all until, a couple of weeks. It'd be like, oh, yeah, we had to change this. We're sorry we didn't tell you. So they're saying this is what they're going to do, and they're communicating it before they do it, So I think that is definitely appreciated. I guess the kind of kick in the teeth, really, regarding changing the cadence of the Galactic challenges to the weekends for me is that's the only place where you can get the slicing material for the new slicing of the mods. And the new slicing of the mods is only slicing one secondary star on one mod once a weekend. So rolling out the whole new, this is what you'll be able to do your mods to great fanfare And the reality is, right now, as it stands, you're going to be able to roll one secondary stat on one mod once a weekend. So I think with the cadence change, now would be the perfect reason, and it would be the perfect excuse for them to say, okay, let's roll the slicing material out on challenge tier 2 and challenge 2 tier 3 of the assault challenges. Something like that would be better.
Nah, it'd be the $500 packs, mate. You've completely missed that one, haven't you?
Well, I'm trying to understand your math there on just being able to do
It'll
one.
be ever so...
Because I
ever so slightly
monetized.
Mike
cut in and out there.
You were, mate.
Okay, sorry. There's delayed.
Sorry. Sorry, like, you went a bit.
Yeah, you went a little bit wonky for all of us.
Yeah, that's weird.
No, but so it's not ideal. It's not what they promised, but at least they're communicating about it. And
yeah,
and you get enough. You get 19 materials plus the 9 we had last week. So I mean, I had enough to do 2 more this week. Of course, I didn't hit speed or anything of importance, but we'll see. As I said, I'm being a little bit more forgiving with them. If they're going to communicate and let us know what's going on, I'll be a little bit more forgiving of them because they have made some positive changes to Galactic challenges. But you're right, in the past, I talked about this on Cubs yesterday. It's like shit would go bad, and then we would be like, and anything, any words?
Bueller, anything, Bueller, yeah.
So,
yeah, apparently it wasn't Einstein that said it, but expecting everything to, the end result to change when nothing is actually changed at the beginning is insanity. Apparently he didn't say that, but yeah, it's the same shit, different person bossing it, isn't it?
Mike making up shit again. There you go.
I know. So the bit that I kind of did it tongue in cheek because I couldn't work out whether the post was an attempt at humour or actually accurate about the dev team sharing a laptop.
No, they're being cheeky.
It's the inside joke, isn't it?
The reason they can't get things done
it's very non-COVID though, isn't it?
Well, I think it'd be very COVID. You only have one laptop that you wipe off and use. It's the way you multiple laptops and being spread around the whole office and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's just
No, that's just them being cheeky. And it's fine because that's always been the running joke. The reason CG can't do anything is they only have one laptop that they have to share between everybody.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like British humor. You have to understand British humor to laugh at British humor.
Yes, but I mean, American humor normally comes with canned laughter, so you know that it's meant to be humorous.
Some is not.
That wasn't a massive dig. That was just a
no. I would say that
I wasn't aware. I read it and thought this is an attempt at humor. But then it's like, oh wait, hang on, is it? He doesn't look German though, so yes, it probably was an attempt at humor.
Oh Lord,
mein Gott! Apologies to all our German or our Teutonic listeners. I didn't mean
We'd
it.
like to do these apologies for the Mike Hunt. He is British and we hate him. All right. Anything? Galactic Legends. Now, I know, Nev, you're working toward one. I think Luke, but you're not there yet. But you're getting there.
Oh God, yeah, nowhere near it. But I will eventually get Galactic Legend.
Yeah.
At some point, 6-12 months down the line. Yeah.
All right, Mike. We still have to wait till we get some ultimates on these bad boys. I gotta say, I'm okay where the Galactic Legends are at right now. I think Luke's a little underpowered. I watched yesterday Heinz, he was doing his GAC, and they put Luke on defense. Now, it was a lesser team. It had Grandmaster Yoda and like Shakti characters like that, but he went in there with the Darth Revan team and just destroyed it. But they didn't have the ultimate, so I don't really know. I mean, I've been telling people, like, look, let's wait till we get the ultimate and see how it finally plays out.
So I don't know if you recall, but on a previous show before, on a previous stream before Galactic Legends were launched, I turned around and made the call that the last time round, everyone went for Rey thinking that she was going to be the best, and it turned out that Kylo was the better of the two.
Well, after they buffed him.
Once they buffed him. Yeah, so what I said was this time round, it will be the light side character that will be the better of the two once we've gone through the 27 different buffs that they both need to get them working where they should be. Mm-hmm. So I'm still calling that JML, which sounds like a shopping channel.
Welcome back to JML. Today we've got a wonderful prize. We've got Finn's brain. He doesn't even know it's missing, and we're offering it for...
I call Kylo the Merc, as in Mercedes, because he's the SLK, isn't he?
Well, yeah, Kylo now is... I'm still telling people, like... someone saying, I want to get Jedi Master Luke first. I'm like, well, do you have a Galactic Legend? Like, well, no, but I'm close to getting Luke. I'm like... I'd still go for Kylo. I still
Kylo is fantastic.
You know,
we were chatting just before the show. I actually launched or did a video. Not that I do many videos nowadays, but about just how beautifully brutal Kylo is. He's fantastic. He doesn't hide behind anything. He's got his hits like a truck, and he's fantastic. Mm-hmm. Brilliant tune. The rest of them are kind of like, all this Olay bullshit. And I'm sorry, but I just don't... No. Rey, I still find is awful with all the... Can you hit them? No, you can't.
Yeah.
Wait for it. How long do you wait for it? It's just tedious. With Kylo, it's, okay, now you can't, now you can. Yeah. When he's slightly slumped over, you can't hit him. When he stands up straight, he's there. And he'll take it on the chin.
Yeah.
Giggity.
So, yeah, if it's Palpatine, he's just because he's more offensive, is doing a little bit better. Although he's still, until he gets his ultimate, he's getting slapped around a little bit too. So we'll have to wait and see for these characters and then see what they do with them, if they do any buffing and stuff. Because I remember when Kylo first came out, Rey was loads better than he was, and then they added the additional speed and stuff to him. So but we'll wait and see. Again, it's a little too early to tell. Overall, I have Jedi Master Luke unlocked. I have now 3 Galactic Legends, but I ain't going for Palpatine for a little bit. I'm a little burned out on Galactic Legends, so I just took I'm going to take some of my other characters that are not relic up, like Thrawn and Want and some other characters that I want for counters and stuff. So it's like, Jesus.
I'm liking the rock, paper, scissors, though. I'll give, I'm normally quite quick to slag the devs off with stuff, but rock, paper, scissors on these Galactic Legends,
it's
nice. I'm liking balance. The fact, there's balance there, and that's commendable.
Yeah.
Plus there's there are free-to-play options, although 3 of those options seem to use the same 3 tunes, which makes life a little bit complicated unless we can start cloning Thrawn. And,
Well, and Jedi Luke has turned out to be a hard counter for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. So, I mean, it's balancing out. So... All right, you guys have been doing a great job getting your questions in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Just go ahead, stop what you're doing, hit the thumbs up. It's important. Just go ahead and hit the little icon, and if you wouldn't mind, we'd very much appreciate it. We're on YouTube, and that's how you get your content out there. Is you have to have you have to have the view time, and 2, you have to have the thumbs up and interaction, because that's how they send your video out in the algorithm. And what we have to do, beg for thumbs up to get people watching our stuff. All right, Finn, have you had an opportunity to gather up the questions?
Mm-hmm.
All right, are you ready to rock and roll?
Yeah.
Okie dokie, pokey. You can start with whoever you like, Finn. I leave it to you.
Okay, I'll start with Mike. I think Nev talked about this a little bit. Darth Side 1972 question for you, Mike. Said, did CG drop the ball when they said Galactic challenges would be something we would do all the time, but now it's once a week? I'm disappointed they put off a raid for little content.
No, I think that they acted as they normally do, which is they promise you the world and deliver nothing. Well, or little. It's as we were discussing earlier, it was kind of like the same old, same old. Why would you expect a different outcome when, it's always kind of this way? There's a massive fanfare, there's a huge announcement, we're going to do this and you're all going to love it and it's going to be fantastic. And a couple of weeks later, it's like, but, well, yeah, the guy sharing the laptop can't run this program or whatever. There's a reason behind why it doesn't do what they said it would do. In this case, of course, it's the Galactic challenges. I'm sure I haven't seen anything, but to be honest, I haven't really been looking. But I'm pretty sure that the 2 new Galactic Legends have faults with them that aren't quite right and need addressing. There's still issues in ships. There's still issues with previous Galactic Legends. There's issues with so many different things within the game. Did they drop the ball? Technically, I suppose, yes, they did. However, was it unexpected? No. Unfortunately, this is the expected outcome of anything new. It's announced, we all get excited, it arrives, it's awful. When the Galactic Challenges first arrived, I believe that the rewards were atrocious. We're going to address that, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. So, no Mark V droid callers this time round, I think.
Well, yeah, they did say that was a boo-boo.
Was it? Now, you see, they call it a boo-boo. The whole gaming community said, that's fantastic. More of that, please.
Hey, their mistake is our reward.
It won't enable us to relic any characters because it's only 1 gear piece. However, it's 1 gear piece that we can spread across 3 toons instead of 1 toon. Fantastic.
Well, yeah, I think
Mark V stun guns, the
stun
cuffs, that sort of thing. Yeah. Throw us a bone every once.
Well, so for Galactic Challenges, yeah, you're absolutely right, Mike. What was promised, and then when they first launched it, it was pretty bad. However, they have made changes progressively and steadily through Galactic Challenges, and they're still working on it. So again, I've been kind of like, my response to that was, well, let's see what they do, right? Because in the past, again, we just hit on this, right? They would launch something and then we would have silence. The community would be going bananas, like, what the
Personally, I'd like it that they did the rewards over 3 days, because it's launched 20 minutes later, you've done it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it sits there for 3 days with you not being. All you can do is go in and you can do the battles. You're not going to get any rewards for it whatsoever.
After the first 20 minutes, that's the thing that I still think that they need to really address for me.
He wants to try going backwards.
Sorry.
What the hell was that?
So I'm doing my.
I know you're out, I know you're out walking, but what was that? Like, it sounded like there was a mob coming at you for a moment. Jesus.
Yeah, no, that was a group of 3 people, baby. Baby.
And the baby.
So,
all right,
baby.
All right, I think we touched
Chili.
on it. Baby backflips. All right, next question, Dr. Finn.
All right, next question is for Nev. Question is from What Else 73. He says, why does SLKR team Medaka and Zombie work so well on defense exactly?
I have no idea. Somebody with GLs that uses GLs.
Say the question again, Finn. Sorry.
Yeah, so it says, why does SLKR team Medaka and Zombie work so well on defense exactly?
Okay, so
I've seen the videos. It's easy, but yeah, go ahead.
So the reason it works so well is it's really effective because, one, you're forced to hit Zombie a lot. and one that starts powering up DACA, and especially like depending on which team you're using, you're really building up DACA. So it's hard to not beat it without like the upper tier characters, right? The other thing too is it really, because the taunt's constantly up, SLKR just gets loose. With the team with Hux in there and stuff, just give him turn meter. He's gonna get off, and so it's really really hard to beat that team the way it's constituted unless you have like Luke with the Jedi Revan counter, or like another Galactic Legend like Rey, because her whirlwind and her AoE will wipe out DACA, right? As compared to like any of the other teams that you could come up with, because it just makes it so goddamn bloody hard to get to Kylo, and he gets off, and once he gets off, it makes your life miserable. And plus, you're constantly killing the stupid zombie, and it's just powering up DACA, because every time the zombie dies, she's getting all that extra health and stuff, so she becomes a nightmare to deal with as well. Plus she's stunning and everything else, so it's a nasty combination, and you see it more and more in GAC, not just with Kylo, but you're seeing Rey, as was mentioned by Mike. You've got the 2 or 3 tank combination with her on defense, so you can't use Vader counter because you can't get to her to fracture her. Same thing with Kylo, because you've got the stupid zombie in there all the time. It makes it really hard to get like a fracture reason, like say Vader against Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, if you happen to be doing that. So, there are teams that can do it. So you can, if you have 3 Baka, I know the CLS team can do pretty well against it. So there are counters out there. But if you want to know why it's so effective, that's why. It's set up for a maximum annoyance on defense, so one little miss or dodge from a team like CLS or something like that, you can be in big trouble real quick. So there you go.
Okay. Neb, I'll give you another question here, because it's kind of similar to what you were just talking about. Hadriel Jetberg has a question. He says, from a GAC perspective, assuming you have no Galactic Legends, which Galactic Legend would you go for, considering the GP bloat versus the utility of the characters that are required to get it?
Oh, it's GL Luke. Because in order to get GL Luke, you've got to get JKL. And the characters that are required, I mean, don't get me right, it's not just characters, it's ships as well. I mean, you need a total of 59 ships and characters to get Jedi Knight Luke, but you've got the majority of them already. And especially with regards to Jedi Knight Luke, a lot of the requirements for Jedi Master Luke are already characters that you've not necessarily relicked up to 7, but you've already relicked them to 3. So you're kind of halfway there. Characters like Rolo and CLS, Hoda, you've already relicked them to 3, and it might just be a case of the extra hump. Then you've got the likes of the Flyboys. You've got Red 2 and Red 3. You've got Wedge and Biggs, which are going to be good in a MILF fleet anyway. From a GP fluff perspective, definitely would go with Jedi Master Luke, simply because you're not gonna you go with Rey or Slacker, you are putting serious amounts of fluff to your GP on squads that most people just tend to dump in defense anyway. Whereas the GP increase for Jedi Master Luke, you're going to use all those characters. I mean, it's Chupio, it's Mon Mothma. You're going to throw those guys together in decent rebel squads. Plus, you've got the added benefit of them being really, really good in light side GOTB. So yeah, Hadriel, go Luke. That would be my advice. Go Luke.
I would still say Kylo, and I'll give my reason why. It depends on where you are with your count. There's the big caveat there, right? Where are you with like your characters and things of that nature? I still think it's Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Any Galactic Legend there's going to be a few characters on any of them that are going to be fluff, in the sense that there are characters like Lando for Jedi Luke and AKA Jedi Master Luke, things characters like that. Rolo. I mean, they're just there. You know, there's a couple for Kylo Ren. There's a lot for SEE, and there's a few for Rey. The GP, I wouldn't consider it fluff though, because when you're going, the end reward is, one, you're getting a Galactic Legend. Two, the characters, say for First Order, you get two pretty solid teams out of that. The pilots for First Order now with the finalizer are really, really good. But it all leads to the Galactic Legend. And for a newer player coming up, if I'm going to recommend a Galactic Legend, it's going to be Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Because through Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, you can get top rewards and raids. As a new and upcoming guild you're probably a part of, Darkside TB, he's going to be huge for you in that. He's fantastic in Arena, he's fantastic in GAC, he's fantastic in TW. So you get he's the only character out of all the new Galactic Legends that give you all that, and because of what he can do for you in all the raids, you know, he can solo the damn things. It's going to give you better rewards that you can use. If I was to go a pathway, I would say Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, then go for Luke. Like, I think Rey and Sith Eternal Palpatine would probably be. I think Rey's the last one you go for. Honestly, I think, you know, SLKR. If you want to go for Supreme Emperor Palpatine next, dark side theme, sure, or you can go for the characters like Nev brought up, which is a really good point. Unlike a lot the other Galactic Legends, you get a lot more good characters. Though it's a longer farm, be aware of it, is a much longer farm. There's a ton of like hero journeys and legendaries and get one and all this other stuff.
8 ships.
It's a lot of stuff you have to get squared away. So, and I think getting Supreme Leader Kylo Ren will allow you to get those top rewards, get all that gear. That's going to be a huge boon for you when you start going for the other Galactic Legends and stuff. It's hard for me to listen. It's your account, and you play for whatever you want. And if you're like, you know, like Nev, it makes a little sense because he'd worked on like all these Rebel characters and stuff like that, so it kind of progressed naturally to where he was at. But if you're just sitting there with like none of that done, and you're just like you're making your first decision, I think Supreme Leader Kylo Ren is still the top dog. But
I'm still in therapy after taking Rose Taco to relic level.
I mean, goddamn. Let's not bring that up. I mean, oh boy. Oh, we have a wild Loki who's appeared. You can tell he just woke up and pulled his hair back because it's not as slick or shiny as it normally is when he's on the stream. Hello, Loki.
Talk about, man. It looks good.
It's a little.
Good morning.
It's a little disheveled, Loki. Usually, it's very slick. You look very, you know, put together. You look. Like,
I feel good.
Yeah, you look like you just woke up or like Noonan.
I always just wake up.
I know, man. Or you're just coming off of work. All right.
Loki, do you want to, really quick before we jump into, do you want to pimp the tournament really quick?
Yeah.
We had 3 more people sign up actually overnight. So.
Oh, I know. It's going to be trickling in. Yeah, so we're doing a Magic the Gathering webcam tournament. Halloween Day, so it's going to be a probably like a 5 to 6 hour live stream, so it should be fun. The tickets are on our Tiltify under rewards, but for anybody that's interested in playing, please read the rules, because we're playing an old school format, which is kind of like a homebrew kind of format, which plenty of us that do it. But if you're interested and you got the cards, feel free, read the rules, check it out. I think it's $20 to get a ticket, and then you'll be playing with hopefully about 60 plus other people online on webcam. So it is a paper Magic tournament, which I've done streams in the past that showcase that. So it's been fun. I think we've gotten a lot of good responses right now, a lot of positive feedback on it. I know it's kind of short minute, but we'll see what we can do on it. But I think we have quite a few people already signed up. So should be fun.
All right.
The Tiltify link is in the chat as well, so make sure you guys
I haven't checked that
head
in a
there.
bit. Let me look at where we're at on that. Let's see here. So far, we've raised, drum roll please, $7,390. So pretty good. Pretty good. We're getting there, guys.
We're almost there.
Almost there. Just a little further. Because our first goal is 10,000. But I'm assuming after the Magic the Gathering and we have another charity stream coming up, we'll blow by 10,000, no problem. So it's going well. Good job from everybody in the community and the skewers. You guys are fantastic. You're doing a great job, guys. You're working hard. Doing great. All right, next question for the lightsaber builder. Let's wake his ass up, Finn. Give him a good one.
Yeah. So Loki, question to you from Moma Nadon, and I hope I said that right.
It's the new name. Welcome.
Question. He's actually been here before, right?
Has
Just
he?
the first
Okay,
time I think he's asked a question or something. I've seen the name for sure in the chat before. Yeah, he's active in the chat for sure.
Oh, very nice.
I may have been saying it wrong, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, we do that a lot.
It's the first time I said it. So.
Yeah.
But question to you, Loki. I'm working toward my first Galactic Legend. Is it best to have all of his gear ready to go to Relic 7 on unlock, or is it better to unlock and grind his gear in order to get tickets?
That's a good question. So here's the deal is some point in the tiers, I believe it's tier 4, 5, and 6, you're actually going to have to use your Galactic Legend. So, I mean, if you have him geared, if you have your Galactic Legend geared and relicked, then it makes, and correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I believe tier 4 and 5 and 6 are scaled to your own Galactic Legend. So if you have them geared up and relic, then those tiers will be a lot easier to complete. So I would gear the Galactic Legend up enough at the unlock, so it makes those tiers easier, and obviously have the relics ready, to be able to beat the 4, 5, and 6, the tiers 4, 5, and 6. So that's what I would do.
Yeah, it makes sense. And you can always, you're going to farm tickets anyway, so, because you still need 840 tickets, again, for the ultimates, so you can go back in and farm card text and stuff for other characters and stuff, so it's not like you can't get the gear out of it, especially with the new system. I'm really digging, like, you can go into the card text for light side or dark side, well, for Luke it'll be light side, and get card text for characters. You can do 20 auto pops or another crystal refreshers you're using and stuff, and get some really solid gear like that. Or maybe you have some other gear you're trying to work on another character. But me and Loki can tell you, losing tier 4, 5, and 6 sucks, because then you're down 70 tickets. It's awful.
Yeah, exactly.
It's awful.
It's so. One thing I want to touch on was, when we were doing Rey and Kylo. Remember when tier 4, 5, and 6 was actually hard? So I don't know how they are now, but there was a strategy where you were farming ultimate mats for the other Galactic Legend to make those tiers easier. So I don't know if that's the case anymore. For me personally, I'm at a crossroads right now because I have an ultimate ability ready. Like, I have 10 mats ready. But I think right now for Luke and Palpatine, the tier 6 isn't as difficult as it was for Rey and Kylo. It seems like you can just easily beat tier 6 with Luke and Palpatine, and it didn't involve a lot of gameplay like it did with Rey and Kylo, and that's why Kylo got the buff. So I don't know if that's the case yet, but that's something to keep in mind. Is you can farm ultimate mats and for the other Galactic Legend if you're going for multiple ones at a time. So like I don't know if I should continue putting the ultimate on Sith Emperor Palpatine, or if I should throw it on Luke if it helps with tier 6. But I don't think that's contingent upon the difficulty anymore of tier 6 as it was for Rey and Kylo, where you could farm the ultimate with Rey and then give it to Kylo later and then do his tiers, if that makes sense.
I was just going to chip in. I mean, I don't know what they're up to at the moment, but personally, I don't do raids. I join them and then I wait for the rewards from 41 to 50 because invariably they're done at a time that I can't participate. However, in following on from that question, whenever you can, do the raids. You know, join. Obviously, you're doing the light side water, and all of those will help to
listen.
Add to the pot of gear you need.
Mikey, you went all roboto on us.
All your Galactic legends as and when you unlock them.
2 weeks.
We'll go.
So basically, I was just saying, do the raids. Am I still robotoid?
Yeah, a bit.
Do the.
That's not helping. That's not helping.
No.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
All the rewards.
No, that's awful.
Oh, honey.
That's my text alert.
Okay, Mike.
Dancing.
Mike, you need to get back to your place because you're bad, man. Oh, boy.
Okay.
Oh, that was too good. All right. Next question, Dr. Finn, Jesus.
That's a hard one to come at. Like follow.
I know.
Okay, let me all right. Let me see. Who's next now?
I don't know where we're at. I'm.
We just finished with Loki, right? So we're back up to the top
We're up
two.
to
Mike.
the Nev. We just did Mike, so it's Nev's turn.
We did. We have Mike a question.
Me.
Yes, because
right.
Mike just tried to answer a question and went.
I know, but I thought he was just adding on the other one. But that's
okay. Well, if it's Mike's turn, then
yeah, I think it's Mike.
Okay, go to Mike, and
but
then
I don't know if
So we
he's.
do. Am I okay or not?
No, it's still kind of roboto.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I'll try and give you a question, Nev.
Right.
If Mike isn't able to answer it, then I'll let you pick it up. But question is from Icehouse SWGOH, and question is: in the interview with the Galactic War Report, Crumb hinted at a huge November to celebrate 5 years. What do you think we'll get?
3 Clone Wars Chewie shots.
Oh my God, you're a madman. How could you say such a thing?
It's
Give
5
me them
years.
Clone-
Come on, give us 5. Give us 5.
Look,
Clone Wars Chewie shots.
last year was huge. I mean, I don't know if you know, they every year they top the previous year, and last year was massive. I mean, it was huge. I mean, we got stun guns, stun cuffs, Kairos. We got Malik shards. We got ship. It was nuts. The amount of gear and crystals and zetas, and we just got so much. So in order for them to top that, oh yeah, it's gonna be huge. The login when everybody logs in and it's like that, it's just gonna be a massive list of stuff. You know, there's gonna be so much stuff in there. I mean, to top last year. They gave, last year they gave us 50 of a lot of things. This year it would be like they'll give us 100 of things, plus crystals, plus character shards. It's maybe I don't know, maybe some relic materials this year maybe would be nice. Some relic materials would be nice this year. It's going to be huge though when you consider last year the rewards for the accounts last year were just massive, and obviously they always give us the materials for a full. They've been doing the materials for a full Zeta, so because everybody's like, oh, what are you using your free Zeta on? So yeah, that's what I think. That whatever it is, it's going to be huge. But I'll be very annoyed if the 3 Chewie shards aren't in there because they just have to be. You know,
They have to be.
You know, it's a list of really awesomeness, a list of total awesomeness, and then right at the bottom, 3 Chewie shards.
I will still say 5. It's 5 years. Give us 5 Chewie shards.
No, it's got. You know, it's a list of awesomeness, and then you get to the bottom of it. You're like, and then you get to the bottom, and you see the 3 Chewie shards. And it's like,
that's what I remember.
Yeah.
It's like a warm.
Well, let me ask you something, Nev, because this
blankie.
is. They gave us a lot of actual items in game last year, right? But there's something different between last year and this year, specifically with all the updates they made with Unity and trying to be able to release things, right? So what if, how would you feel if the rewards that we get is maybe similar to last year, right? Let's just suppose it's pretty much on par with it, right? We're expecting something more. But what if as part of that, they also release quality of life updates that we've been waiting for? For example, a fleet, like a fleet's
fleet loadouts.
Squad, yeah, fleet loadouts.
Oh, hang on a minute, guys. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I'll ask Mike if you're there. I can ask you. So if they release, let's say, the same type of rewards as they did last time, right, with the shards and the gear and all of that, but with quality of life, they also introduce fleet loadouts. They may introduce maybe at higher mod cap. Like if they give us quality of life updates as part of the 5th anniversary, is that good, or do you think the quality of life should be separate? What would your thoughts be if that's what transpired?
So ultimately, yes, it would be great. However, I think the entire community would be like, what the hell? You know, these are quality of life things. These are things that you should be doing on an ongoing thing, not saving them up for the 5-year anniversary. So I think it's a double-edged blade for them. If they did it, it would be great. I mean, I know that officers are constantly after better and, you know, more usable tools. Yeah, you've already mentioned a few of them. The opt-in, opt-out on Grand Arena would be fantastic as well. Like we can in Territory Wars, we can join and leave. Territory Wars. So if you get something and you're able to upgrade a character pre the start of Galactic or Grand Arena Championship, GAC, that would be great. But I think that it would be wrong to release them as a. Am I robot again?
It's going in and out a little bit, but you're not too bad.
So I think it'd be wrong to release them as a.
It's getting worse now.
Okay. Cool. I think it'd be wrong to release it as a releasing at the same time, but not including it within the rewards for the 5-year would be fine. I think the community would be much happier with that, with them saying, okay, timing is that these are now ready to release quality of life, and they just coincide. These are not the 5-year celebration. However, we're releasing them at the same time. So you get double whammy. You get all the goodies we're giving you, plus we've got these quality of life updates, which we think will benefit your gaming pleasures.
Okay. That makes sense.
There we go.
Okay. Let's go to Loki for this one. So Loki, question from Darth Sion 1972. Question is, does anyone think that new Mando characters and possibly an event is coming next month, since the new season drops at the end of the month?
I hope they are, but it seems like they do the characters. They did the Mando characters after the season was done, right? So I mean, I hope we don't have to wait too long. But yeah, I'd love to see Moff Gideon as a legendary of some sort, and then some kind of Mando ships, and whatever else. Maybe more Imperial troopers, because Imperial troopers now is a faction tag where they have way more than enough characters. You can make a couple of teams now with Piet lead, and you can still use Veers. But yeah, I'd love to see those characters. Everybody wants to see the child and a few of the other tunes. But so far, the release of Mando has been really good. and it'd be something for them to build on for us, and I think the community would love it. So yeah.
Is Moff Gideon Edwards from The Boys?
Yes.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Yep.
Okay. Next question. Nev, are you back yet? I thought I heard you, but I don't know if you're back yet. I don't think he's back yet. Okay.
I'll take one. Give me one, Finn.
Okay. Darsign 1972 question. I saw Scribe's video about Jedi Master Luke being broke. Do you think CG will fix this?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take them a little time. They're a little slow in when it comes to fixing stuff. What? No. What happened?
No. He's not broke. So, shout out to CG Dojafet, who actually on the forum post responded about Scribe's video. I think we talked about this on Wednesday. It was one of the things that he did. And Scribe actually posted on the forums about his video. About Dojafet got one of the developers, and he literally put out the entire map about what was happening in that combat. Like straight up put out all the math, all the steps, and Scribe came out and said, yeah, there was something about the way that, I can't remember what it was, but there was a multiplier that was affecting after instead of before, so it was changing some of the numbers, and he didn't realize it, so it looked like it was working incorrectly. So Jedi Master Luke, per Scribe's video, is actually working as intended. There was an interaction that he wasn't sure worked the way that it was. Well, as the dev said.
No. So, well, yeah, but my general point is, whatever's going on with the Galactic Legends, good or bad, CG, just like with Rey and Kylo, will make changes and adjustments based off the data that they have more access to than we do. Like, ours is anecdotal. When we look at, like, is Jedi Master Luke working? Is there problems? Is Sith Internal Map for Palpatine working? You know, do they need... They're not going to nerf any of this stuff, but, like, if there's any interactions that, like, we saw previously... What was it, the one with... I don't know if it was for Kylo or Rey, where Palpatine or Revan or one of those characters could easily one-shot them, and they put a stop to that. I know Luke was a counter that they fixed eventually. Gas was an interaction that was, you know, with fives, that was a problem. So we'll have to wait and see. I don't think there's any issues that I know of with Luke and Palpatine, but how effective they are might be another issue where the devs will have to go in there and maybe make some adjustments to the kits, things of that nature. And we've seen that before with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren mainly.
Okay. Next question, we'll go to Loki. So, Loki, question from Dexatronic. I love the way he worded this question. The only thing between me and Supreme Leader Kylo Ren is about 4,000 relic mats, especially the first two types. What is the best way to farm the first two tiers of relic mats?
The first two tiers of relic mats.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it? It's just Cantina energy, right?
Correct.
Am I missing that?
That is correct, sir.
Yeah, I would just... I don't know. I don't know what the easiest way is. I mean,
this is what I did, right? I just would do, because I wasn't refreshing anything else, so I was using the 3 100s on the Cantina, and I would pick one and just work on it religiously every day. So you're getting a good amount of the mats every day. There's no easier way to do it. I mean, you just have to go. Yeah, you just go in there, you pick the salvage, you know, let's say that's the first ones, and then you just...
Oh, yeah, by the blue squares, the green balls, and those things.
The what?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Those are the ones.
Yes.
Just armor.
Yes, the green balls. What is this, Lucky Charms? Oh, God. Blue squares, green balls. Oh my God!
I noticed that they chose not to make the balls blue. I don't know why. I mean, come on, that's comedy gold.
I mean, goddamn, Mike. But yeah, you just gotta do them every day. So for me, it was cantina using the refreshes and doing it religiously every day, and getting them to where you need them. The other salvage, of course, is just exchanging gear for those pieces. So yeah, the right side is where you have to really use that cantina.
Yeah.
The blueprint.
Have you not got any tips on the rest of the stuff? I mean, one of the things I do is Gamorrean Guard. Left side, middle of the 3 gear pieces. I forget what gear level he's at. But there's like Mark 6 something or other. And they're fantastic for one of the the gear salvage pieces that you need to relic.
Yeah, you're talking
right
about the left side
bottom,
salvage.
so they're like they give you left side salvage. Yeah, I forget my Gamorrean Guard's like gear 7 or something. And there's 2 pieces. I've got him as a favourite just so that I can make the equipment from him. Because it's as cheap as chips, but it really does. It gives you like 7 pieces of salvage each time or something.
Yeah, it's just no different.
It's a Mark 6 something or other.
It's like the heat sinks. You want to have the shower drains, because you get more value from, crafting those. So like I do the same thing.
I mean, the condoms.
Okay. If you want to call them that. But like the heat.
Hey, you're a good Catholic boy. I know you don't know what those are.
No, I'm just looking at that piece of equipment, and I'm like, how do you come up with a condom out of that? Jeez, what kind of sex you have in there, Mike? But no, like the rhodium heat sinks,
was unwrapped.
Definitely the shower drains, and there's certain pieces I don't have in front of me, but you can, your lower characters, you leave them at lower gears, and then you can go in and craft those pieces and get more value for your left side pieces for your salvage. Like Mike said, he gave me an example.
So Dexatronic, by the way, really quick. So he meant the salvage relic mats, not the actual relic mats themselves. So he didn't mean the signal data and stuff. He meant the salvage pieces.
That's why we covered both. I didn't know what he meant, but I don't have it in front of me. You can get a list of it. Mike gave you an example. I gave you an example of where you can use characters.
Yeah, Mark.
Because if you go into the salvage, you can look at what
guns and stuff like that.
There's certain ones you want to do, and I don't have the list in front of you, but you can find it. Wait, is that sweary?
I'll put there's a spreadsheet. I'll put this in the
chat. No, you're safe.
Okay.
There's a spreadsheet that has a good list of like which ones are the most efficient for you to farm, and they actually list out in the spreadsheet where you can farm them. So I just put it in the chat, Dexatronic. So each of the different ones has an item that works out particularly well, right? So if you're looking for which ones to get for salvage mats, this is a good guide in terms of which ones are the most efficient, which are at least. It doesn't have the tunes, but it has the it just lists what the gear material is that's best to salvage for it, and then the node that you can farm them on. So it's a really good guide to help with just efficiency. Yep.
Yeah, and for like the shower drains, I buy those religiously out of the guild store. Like, certain pieces of gear, when I see it, I'm like, I always get it. Like, if I see shower drains, I'm always constantly getting those, because I cannot tell you, especially for those heat sinks, how much of a godsend to have that many shower drains. When you're trying to do salvage 5, 6, and 7, man, those heat sinks will go quick. So yeah, shower drains.
You also need. I mean, obviously, depending on where you are game wise. I mean, I just went over 7.8. I'm 7.833 now or something GP. So I'm running out of tunes, or the lower end tunes, to actually convert the materials into the main pieces. So I know that's first world problems, but that's something else that does also need to be taken into account of keeping certain tunes.
It's not first world problems. There's some, I can't remember which one it is, but for one of the lower salvage mats, there's an item that's useful, but it's only on like it's on like gear level 7 and 8. And you need to have an item open for that. It's not even like you have to be into like the gear 11s and 12s to miss it. There's some that you need like gear 7 and 8 in order to craft.
Yeah, that's why.
They make it difficult to be able to craft those without a character active that actually needs it too. Otherwise, you have to find a character that already created it, but you're on the right gear level to be able to craft it anyways on already an item you have equipped. Like those kind of things are stuff that I think they could easily fix with the quality of life update. But we'll see if they do something.
Yeah, where you can go into the salvage area and then you can just craft the pieces first and then sell them.
Rather than be on the
easy fix.
Yeah,
because I have a couple characters that I'm not going to gear up anytime soon, and I leave them specifically at gear 7 and 8 so I can go craft those pieces that we were talking about. But if you're like in Mike's position, what if you're a veteran player that's maxed out everything? Well, that's a little bit of a pain in the ass if you can't go into, you don't have a lower tune to go do that. So that'd be a nice quality of life. I agree, Finn.
Okay. And then Daniel McCracken is asking, can you add that to the comments, Finn? Yeah. I will add that to the comments here as well.
Only if you give Finn fruit snacks.
I have fruit snacks. No one has to give
you have,
me those.
No, you have to.
The only ones that only one that I want to give me fruit snacks would be Welch's if they sponsor me. So Welch's, please.
Well, they're never going to sponsor us, Finn. So
I don't know about that. That's going to be my 2021 campaign.
Well, they were going to, and then they saw the horrible things you do in the kitchen. They're like, no.
If only I had fruit snacks to cook with.
Sure, I'm sure that's what they're thinking when they see that.
See if me Julie can get sponsored by them.
Who? Oh, Julie. Oh God.
Oh yeah. God. Oh God. Oh.
She goes where Finn won't.
She has an awful manager. Her manager is awful. Okay, let's see. Next one is who are we on? We're on Nev. Are you back? A minute.
I guess the power got him, man.
No, I know he's working with the electrician. So
the Sparkies.
So Loki.
The Sparkies.
Yes, he calls them the Sparkies. Loki. So question to you from Wolfell. Says, having a new community manager, do you think it was a CG, EA, or Lucas decision? If CG, why now when they've not really cared about good communication for more than a year?
No, I think it was a CG decision. The new community manager, as we mentioned, he's worked for CG or EA for a while. So I'm sure he's working himself up the ranks, and maybe this is his next, job for I don't know, maybe a year or two, and then he's gonna work himself up the ladder. But that's the way I look at it. Is probably they promoted from within and gave this guy the opportunity to shine, and he's doing that. So I'd give him the benefit of the doubt, and maybe it's just something organic that's happening in the company, and people working their way up and finding a good fit, within the company. So hats off to Doja Fed on that.
Well, and I think Cubs made a good point when I was doing the well chat yesterday, that for them to be creating another spot for another community manager, you can kind of look at the moves that corporate makes. Why are they doing it? What's its position? Creating another community manager. Maybe they are trying to fix the issue of communication, because that's always been our biggest problem with CG, right? I think since Unity's came out, and right before then, right, we'd had the Mando characters, we started seeing some good stuff, and then all of a sudden Unity hit, and they've been really, doing some good stuff. I mean, I've destroyed CG in the past, but I also give them props for when they are doing stuff right. That being said, they have a lot of work to do, because they have really burned a lot of bridges in the community. Now, Dojo, if you just listening to this, you gotta stay engaged. Like, I don't expect you to respond like a million times a day, and there may be a time period where there's a little bit less communication, but stay engaged. If you stay engaged, you're going to start winning over some of the community again. If you stay engaged and be doing the things that you've been doing, because that's going to signal to the community that this is a fix that's long term instead of just short term. Because it was also brought up in the Will chat yesterday that we've seen this in the past where someone comes in and they communicate a lot, then silence. That cannot happen again, or you're going to really, people are going to be like, well, see, told you, CG, so it's a slippery slope. But if they're creating the position And with the changes to Unity and the stuff that we've gotten so far, yes, I agree they need to be doing more content. There's stuff we can talk about with the content that they've been putting out. But it seems like they're listening more to the community, the changes that they've done to Galactic Challenges and some other things, like the new Galactic Legends. I mean, the new events for the Galactic Legends are fantastic. I mean, it's very cinematic. It's very fun. I enjoyed it. Loki, I don't know how you felt, but I've enjoyed watching both of them and playing them, the one I've been doing. Seems like they're listening more to us and getting our feedback and trying to communicate more. So I'm going to give them a little bit of rope, but they got to earn that trust back. They've got to put the work into the community that has been burned so many times, where we in the past would have a month, 2 months of no communication. That shit cannot happen anymore.
Do you not read into it? I mean, I look at it and think, okay, two things are happening here. The reason that this appointment's taken place is that they are about to drop an awful lot more bollocks. They've just started it with the Galactic Challenges that we said will be open all the time. Yeah, they're only going to be open at weekends because everything we've done doesn't allow us to do what we said they were going to do. So that kind of thing. And to appease the fact, so they're in and they're there to appease the money spenders. Because
I can't make a final judgment on the Galactic Challenges.
To win game.
Oh, you're so
whichever way we say it, it's no. And saying that we're going to be having more kind of things where more bollocks are going to be dropped, and this guy's come in to kind of apologize formally and actually communicate with the community rather than what we've had.
I can't hear a word he's saying. I have no idea what he's saying. Finn, did you get any of that? I have no idea what just.
No.
Oh God.
Yes.
No, he's.
Yeah.
Mike, God damn it, Mike.
Nope. I'm getting like none of that.
None of that whatsoever. He's going.
Shut up. Can you hear me now?
No, we didn't hear a
Man,
damn
I actually
thing.
had something relevant to say. Bucket in a bucket.
Everything you just said, man.
Loki.
Oh, mate.
Oh, God.
Nev, tell him what I said.
Nev's not available at this moment, but if you'd like to leave your name, number, and a brief message, he'll get back to you in a few.
Oh, man.
I didn't hear a
I'm
word.
loving this 4G shit. Wow. Wow. Oh, I'm taking it you can hear me now. Oh, that was some of the most insightful things I've ever said.
Well, we didn't hear any of it.
That was my Forrest Gump by the big lake in Washington moment.
Oh,
and that's all I have to say about that.
All right. Okay. No, I think CG has a lot to work to do. Still, I don't fault them for Galactic Challenges not working. Now, I will hold them accountable if they don't do what they promise. See, that's the thing. So, they have to be accountable to.
That's kind of what I was intimating. They say one thing, and they say yes and do no, and expect us to continue to pay. It's the old shut up.
People are going to pay.
Pay me.
Yeah,
pay
but people are going to pay regardless, and as you can see that they're still making money. I think what they need to be cognizant of, and I think they are aware of, is that, people are still spending a lot of money in this game. Some people just don't care, and they're going to spend, but they do get a little burned out if they're not, because we've seen a lot of whales that we all know that have stopped playing, that spend an exorbitant amount of the money, and could continue to spend an exorbitant amount of money, quit the game. Now, they've been lucky in that the influx of new spenders are there, and they're getting that money, but, again, if you don't communicate and you put out a poor product and you don't talk about it, they'll eventually be like, okay, I'll take my money somewhere else. You may keep some of those people and they'll keep spending, but some will leave. And, that's not just, it's just a bad business practice, right? You want to, once you get somebody in, you want to keep them in, right? You want them to keep spending money. You want them to be happy with what they're doing. But, the problem is they've lost a lot of big spenders that I know of that were whales or were like, no, I'm done. I'm like, God.
It's like the short-sightedness of, oh no, we don't want anyone buying an account. It's like, are you mad? Yes, you do. You want people buying the big accounts because otherwise those big accounts are going to stop spending money. You want someone to save thousands of dollars by buying an 8 million GP account because they will invest in the new characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see how it all transpires. We'll see how it all plays out. All right, Finn, next question, please, to whoever you like, Finn. Do what you will.
All right. I'm assuming Nev isn't back.
No, he's not back. I'll take one for Nev until he gets back then.
Okay. Question from Gav P. What is your farming? He asked everyone, so we can go around the corner on this one. What are your guys' farming towards as your priority right now?
Mine's pretty simple. Two areas of the pie here. Well, first of all, I was finishing Jedi Master Luke. I got to get him relic so we can start doing the ultimates and stuff like that. And then I just took Thrawn to relic yesterday. I just was like, oh, I've got the piece. I only needed one, and it was right there. I'm like, oh, cool. So I took him up, but I'm still going to do some. Once I finish Luke, then it's all about Jolie, Watt, some of these characters that are gear 12 that I really want relic, because it makes a big difference when you're using counters and things of that nature. So I'm going to get those characters squared away before I go do Sith Eternal Emperor Palpatine. The other big thing is farming credits like a madman for ships. Now that they've done this ship nonsense, I'm still farming Rebel Y-Wing to 7-star. He's 6, halfway to 7. Same thing with BTLB Y-Wing. Working on the Imperial TIE Bomber. I think Reaper's the other one I'm working on that's about to be 6 stars. So I'm trying to get those ships squared away. So a lot of my farming, things of that nature. Once Jedi Master Luke's done, then it's hardcore back into finishing the ships. I'm still farming them, but it's like just once because I have to use so much energy for tickets and stuff. And then getting these other characters once Luke's relic 1 at least. Relic 1, Relic 2. So Jolie, Thrawn, Watt. I think the other character I'm going to do is Padme Shakti for the light side GOTB mission. These were characters I always wanted to do, but we kept getting pounded by the new Galactic Legends and stuff. And looking at Palpatine, I still need to farm Piet, so I'll put him on the thing to farm, and I'll eventually work on him. But I'm not. My salvage is completely almost gone, so I got to build that up a little bit too before I go for Palpatine. So that's where I'm at. Lucky, what are you working on?
Right now I'm debating what ultimate to put on, so I have enough mats to do Sith Eternal ultimate or Jedi Knight or Jedi Master Luke ultimate. So and then I'll be farming the other one soon. On regular tunes, what am I working on? Rebel Fighters, I think, right now. So obviously I have Mon Mothma, but I don't have Cara Dune at all. POW I got to work on, and Scout. Built up Cassian. I actually had Cassian on that team now. He's pretty good. You have a Cassian Zeta, so you're actually lucky. He's actually pretty damn good with the Rebel Fighters. And then Kiadi-Mundi. So I think after this, no, I won't have him 7 stars after this light side TB, but I do have him ready to go. He's gear 11. All the gear is ready to go to 13 on him, but I'm going to need probably 2 more GOTBs to finish him. And then just scrolling through my roster real quick. I don't know who else. I do want to bring up some of the Jedi, so I do got to get like Qui-Gon Jinn. I want to bring Juhani up to gear 13. Some of the loose Jedi, and then I can make a 3rd or 4th Jedi team with Jedi Master Luke, and then Qui-Gon Jinn with Kiadi-Mundi, and then have Jedi Knight Luke and Gas and all that stuff. Or Jedi Knight Revan team. So it's like 3 to 4 Jedi teams ready to go. But Jedi Counselor, so I'm jealous of Finn, but I got to bring him up. And then from there, probably Jawas, I think I want to work on next, but
you have the best things picked out right there. Jedi Consular Finn and the Brown Boys. Those are awesome choices, Loki.
Yeah,
awesome.
But everything else is good. Troopers are good. I mean, I have all the little B and C teams ready to go, so it's just working on the other ones, but slowly but surely.
Yeah, mine right now is the Rebel fighters. So I'm trying to get Mon Mothma up. She's already gear 11, so I can use her at her lower stars, but I'm trying to get her stars up because I want to get her to gear 12. Working on Cara Dune, because ultimately the team that I want to put together is the Mon Mothma, POW, Cara Dune, SRP, and Hoth Rebel Scout team. So I'm working towards that right now, unless, of course, the Tiltify campaign thing makes a difference. So yeah, if the Tiltify stuff happens, then I guess I'm going for Jedi Master Luke. I really hope that thing doesn't fail. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. We'll go back. Let me see. We didn't get one to Loki here. So Loki, question to you from Matthew 1908. And the question is there any rule of thumb for a healthy mix of R7 versus R5 versus R3 versus R1 for a roster? Like, is it good to have 10% Relic 7, 20% Relic 5, 50% Relic 3, etc.?
I mean, if this is in terms of GAC bloat, I guess, if you want to call it that, I don't know the exact math that they use, but I believe they look at the top 80 characters, and maybe they look at R7s, and maybe those are skewed more than the R6s and R5s. But I truly believe that if you go R6, there are a lot of tunes that I wish I didn't take to R7, and I wish I left them at R6, and then you can make an argument for Relic 5. But in my opinion, if I were to redo, some of my relics, because I have a lot of Relic 7s that I wish I didn't do. So yeah, I mean, for me personally, I'd love to have more Relic 3s and Relic 5s than Relic 7s, if that makes sense, because you can spread out that, you can create more teams that are kind of like midway relic. I think Relic 5 is a sweet spot right there. And then if the tune, like for example, like the cam mission, right? Like it's a lot easier when they're all Relic 7. So I mean, if that's a priority to you, get the Shak T and the clones and all that to Relic 7. It'll help your guild out. But in the same note, if you're not concerned about that, then I think Relic 5 is fine for GAC and maybe Territory Wars. It's enough to make that tune OP, per se, and get some holds on defense and make them a little more viable on offense. But one thing to keep in mind is the pilots. So I mean, if ships is a thing, Relic 7 is important for pilots. So that's another thing to maybe be cognizant about is if you're heavy on ships and you need that advantage, you need that edge, then consider doing Relic 7 on the pilots, because it'll help with the ship. Hope that made sense.
Yeah, no, that made sense. Yeah, and I think we've mentioned this a lot before, right? And then I'll ask all of you guys here, especially Mike and Loki, because you guys are at the point where you have all those relics. I don't think there's ever a set number, but what distribution of mods are you looking at before you start relicking? Like, do you think mods is a limiting factor to you relicking if you don't have a lot of good mods to wait? Or like, what how do you think mods relates to how you should relic a roster? Loki, I'll start with you, Loki, and then I'll go to Mike too. But
no, so I relic them. I want to say that relics can kind of help you if you don't have good mods, because obviously it gets the character up, it gets the stats up, and that's what mods do. Now, obviously, if you add your god mods to your Relic 7 character, then that's probably the best you can get. But Relics helps with the lack of mods, simply because of it's a stat boost is what it is. The going to the ship thing, that's the debate right there. Is do you 6E mod your pilots that are Relic 7 to get the maximum stats out of the ship? And we've mentioned this in previous streams where there's always that one or two key ship for an entire fleet lineup that will make the difference. A lot of my capital ship pilots, I only did them to like Relic 3, Relic 4. I did not Relic 7 a lot of my capital ships other than General Kenobi, because General Kenobi has a lot of uses outside of ships. I think a lot of us have Relic 7 Grievous, so Grievous obviously has uses outside of ships. It's a good team for defense and all that with the droids, but like my Hux, I think is only the bare Relic minimum for Kylo, and my Akbar I think is only Relic 4. So I didn't find it wasn't necessary for me to bring those capital ship pilots to Relic like it was the individual ships, and you gotta figure that out. We've mentioned a few key ships in our previous streams, but consider going heavy on those. But yeah, going back to the question, it's I think relicking up a tune before mods is fine, because again, it's a stat boost, and that's what you want anyway. So I'll throw it over to Mike and see if he has any other additional comments.
I can't fault what you've said so far. I'll just continue on with that. I mean, so one of the things that I've been working on is getting a faster Bistan Ewing. So I've got that up to 160 now. So my both pilots are Relic 7. Scarif has full 6E, which was the highest. Obviously now, of course, we can start to increase on that stat, or can we? I don't know. Has anyone looked into that yet?
We don't know for sure.
I mean, that's only just crossed my mind. Wow, these taking these mods up on the crew members should impact the stats on the ships even better. I mean, I've got my Ewing up to 160, which is proving quite useful. So basically, I just need to 6E Bistan now for the full lot. Other than that, what I try to do is if I'm relicking a character, I try to give them gold mods as a minimum. I may not 6E all their mods. The 6Es, so I'm going to use 6E. I know that we're kind of moving gradually forward from 6E, but if we say that 6E at the moment is the pinnacle of where mods can be, my 6E characters are my main characters, i.e. the Darth Revans, there's a dog, the Yodas, the main twos, the Jolies, and so on and so forth. So it's all your main squad characters are the ones that I focus on in getting 6E'd. And I even switched that over from my main to my alt account, York. So York's just gone to 5 million GP. And one of the things that I've made sure is that all my 501st clones all have 6E mods. My main Sith Empire tunes have 6E. So all the tunes that are kind of the main squad components that can be 6E are, and that's kind of where I focused, just to get as much out of what I have, because I don't have every tune 6, it's like R7. So you just, and you can supplement that by the choice of mods that you put onto those particular characters. It's trying to get the most out of each character with what you have to your disposal. Does that help?
Yeah.
Good. Yay.
No, I think that helps, and I think that's always one of the biggest questions, right? And we're seeing that more and more, especially with newer players slowly starting to come up and building their roster. And we're seeing that in GAC, for example, right? Which is, I think, what Loki is right on. And Matthew, you can kind of correct us if we're mistaken there, but it sounds like this is a question directed towards GAC. And if this is a GAC question, the biggest issue sometimes is the fact that people are building up their roster, but their mods are not keeping up. So there is something to be considered there in terms of, if you relic characters, make sure you know what you're getting into, because you're going to be facing not only other people with the same GP as you that are newer players, but you're also going to face older players, because it's just based on your top 80 GP, and that's it. So balance is important.
It's the mods that makes the difference. I mean, everyone's characters are exactly the same. All our characters have the same abilities, Omega and Zeta allowing, obviously, but they all do the same thing. So the only difference that we can make is the mods that we put on them.
Okay. Finn, you have another question?
So that one we gave to Loki. So yeah, we'll go back here to Mike. So Mike, question to you. Actually, I'll answer this one question first. I don't know, and I'll let you guys answer if you guys did. But question is from Gav P, and said, did you all watch the Operation Metaverse Cam mission marathon? It was impressive. Great to watch, to hone your cam strategy if you're struggling. I don't know if you guys did. I did watch part of it. I didn't watch the whole thing because they were going on for a while. Plus, I also don't have the things needed for cam, but it was a good fun watch to see.
I didn't get a chance to see it. Loki, did you?
Yeah, it's the cam mission's hard, man. It's it's the opening move. Like I did my cam mission yesterday with our guild, and if you get the one outcome where it's like, what was it? It's like Reek goes, was it Reek trample, and then it's like you get the expose and the healing immunity on 5s. Like it's like I basically crapped it, and I had god mods on every single tune, and Django did like 4 burns on me, which never happens. It's a hard event, man. So hats off to Operation Metaverse for kind of showcasing several run attempts and stuff like that. But it's very RNG dependent, and it's frustrating, man. But it's good to see it. I don't think you can have one cam guide. I guess is my point. So I like that they showed a bunch of them, a bunch of runs that show the RNG involved with the opening move, because that's basically going to dictate what you do the rest of the battle. And it's hard, man. It's definitely a if they design other PvE events like they did the cam mission, it's going to make the game a little more difficult and frustrating. So
also highlights the use and how handy or useful it is for things like Zoom, so that you can share your gameplay with other players who can advise you on what to do whilst you're doing it. So, I mean, for the cam mission, obviously, it benefits the entire guild, because every successful mission is an extra shard, that benefits the entire guild. But, it also just shows you that you can expand that out, so maybe in territory wars, you're going to get more kind of individual battles where you've got 5 people advising you on what to do and so on, just to maximize the outcomes. So, and like yourselves, I mean, I dipped in and out, and it then dawned on me that this is a 36-hour thing. So nothing's going to happen in regards to unlocking the 7-star cam for another day.
Okay.
So, yes, but no, it was fantastic, and I think that T-Money and her guild have been really, really good in and I think the entire community's appreciated them sharing the guides that they did on beating this Reek. because it is a pain in the ass.
Okay. All right. Next question, Dr. Finadoodle.
Okay. So next question, Loki from TiloMad92. He says, do you think it would be a good idea for Galactic challenges to have the ability to turn off bonuses to make a sandbox mode, kind of, or refresh rewards every single day? So I will say the first idea, I do want to give credit before you answer, Loki. Clash said that on Jedi Academy, I want to say like a month ago, when Galactic Challenges came out, which was the option to turn off and on the abilities. I thought it was a great idea. But Loki, what are your thoughts?
No, it's a fun idea. It's a good idea. So I mean, sandbox to fight the one team in Galactic Challenges, I guess.
Yeah, without any of the bonuses and any of that, right? So it's kind of like you're facing a highly relic team of whatever it is that you're facing.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea. It's yeah, they need to figure something out when we have downtime, because a lot of us blow through it in the first day, probably in the first hour, and then it just sits there for 2 more days. So I'd love to see if they figure something out with the downtime. Refreshes would be great, but now that they put the 6A mats in it, I think they want to control that first before they open up the whaling on 6A salvage packs, you know, because that's what's going to happen is everybody's going to start buying that pack. And I'm sure they're looking forward to the added revenue from that, and they're probably saving it for December, but they're letting everybody stew a little bit right now, and they're probably watching. There's probably some kind of data collection to see if it's too fast that they're allowing us to go to 6A and seeing what the power output's going to be on these mods. So other than that, everything is good, and yeah, I agree with the. With the question and what Clash said about the sandbox.
Yeah. They just need to give us something more, right? This was supposed to be kind of a daily playable, repeating thing, and it's missing the mark a little bit.
Is it officially still in beta, or it's live now, right? I mean,
I think it's in between live and beta, you know, because they did announce that they're still having issues with it. So with the tools.
That's true. Yeah.
So we'll see what the final product is. So like I said, wait and see.
Okay. Next question for Mike. Question from Kusman Gilo, and the question is: which 2 Galactic Legends give the best meta coverage, considering there are 2 more Galactic Legends to counter?
Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to go with the Merc as the first one, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. And the second one, don't have him, but I'm going to go with the new Mr. Beardy on the block, Jedi Master Luke. I think that I've already said that I feel that out of him and Palps, he's going to come out on top once all the buffs and everything that need to be done that we haven't realized need to be done yet are done. That Luke will come out on top. I don't know. I just have a sense in the Force that will be the case. And also, of course, that would kind of make it, you know, that would balance it, a yin yang thing, you know, a light side and a dark side. Yeah. Oh, I suppose the other reason why I'm saying that is that Jedi Master Luke actually kicks Supreme Leader Kylo Ren's ass, even now pre-ultimate. So once he's got his ultimate as well, and, you know, he's going to really start to come into things more. I haven't seen any theorizing yet, but will he benefit from Cam? Or Kiadi Mundi or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, so we've got that come into play as well, haven't we? Once you've got a 7-star Relic 7 Kiadi with a Jedi Master Luke and throw in a couple of others. I mean, just thinking about that, if you had a Qui-Gon lead, adding speed, and Kiadi, and then throw in Jedi Master Luke, you've got 3 nasty toons there, and then you've just got to add in 2 more Jedi, and yeah, that's going to make for a very, very interesting squad. So yeah, that's who I would say. Obviously we all have our own opinions on who we think can be best.
All right.
I'm going to have to love you and leave you now. But
oh, fine, be that way.
Yeah, I'm very pleased that I managed to stay on for as long as I did.
That's all right.
So thank you very much for having me. Keep doing what you're doing. Fantastic job, guys, with your charity raising. You guys are amazing at what you're doing with that.
Well, thank you for that.
No, it needs to be acknowledged. It's something that you do. You give your time and your energy in such a way, and it impacts a lot of lives. And well done.
So thank you, Mike. All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thanks, Mike. All right. Next question here for the Nev, who has returned.
Hey, welcome back. The Sparkies didn't electrocute them.
Well, I need to keep dealing with things with the Sparkies. It's like making sure that they get all of the plugs working and all of the lights in and the smoke alarms attached. Go ahead.
Right. So question to you from Matthew 1908. And the question is, do you expect a new legendary for The Mandalorian Season 2 in the next 2 weeks, or just a few new marquees and a potential bigger event further down the road?
Yeah, we're going to get a lot more marquees first. Yeah, we're definitely going to get a lot more marquees. We'll definitely get a legendary, though. The question is what's going to be, it's not knowing what the legendary is going to be. Is it going to be the Beskar Mandalorian? Is it going to be Moff Gideon? Is it going to be Baby Yoda? I just think, we've got IG-11, Queel. I think those 2 will come out as marquees. Then we've also got, I think we've got the Scout Trooper coming. I think we've got the a 501st Stormtrooper coming. The Flame Trooper coming. So there's going to be some Empire coming, and there's going to be some light side Mandalorian characters coming. And which ones you need for whatever the legendary is going to be, I don't know. But that the way I look at it, the way I see it is, it's very, very similar to a similar ilk to the way that we got the characters for Star Wars Rebels. We got 6 light sides. We got 7 light side Star Wars Rebel characters, and then we got I think we only got like 2 dark side. We just got the Mandalorians, didn't we? We got Gar Saxon and some trooper guy, and then obviously we got the 6 Phoenix characters, the 6 Spectres, and Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum. So I expect to get, just like we did with Star Wars Rebels, a bunch of light side and dark side marquees, and then a legendary at the end of it. But I think they'll put a lot more characters out once we get to the end of season 2, because they'll Lucasfilm and Disney will want their games to pump the Mandalorian, that's for sure. And the more characters they throw into the game, the more marquee characters they throw into the game, which vary. It's only like $200-300 they're going to make per character, but the popularity of the show will drive people to the game a lot more than the sequel trilogy movies did, I think.
All right.
Okay.
My humble opinion.
Mm-hmm.
My humble opinion.
Next question here. I think we answered this one, Tumblr. So if you want us to go into more detail, let me know. Tumblr had a question: how do you best farm relic materials and gear? I think we went through that in one of the
pretty
questions.
Religiously, yeah.
So if there's anything in particular, Tumblr, you want us to review, just go ahead and put it in chat. I'll look for yours specifically. You won't have to kind of go through the line as I'm going through these. So to Loki here, question from Icehouse SWGOH. And question is, should I use my Get 2 from this TB to go towards 45 shards needed to unlock Malevolence, or for finishers for my Mon Mothma and Chupio, which I won't have 7-star until November?
Okay, so Malevolence unlock, is that what he says? I would unlock Malevolence for sure.
Yeah, 45 stars to unlock Malevolence.
Yeah, even at 5-star, I think at the unlock, he's viable. You can beat the 7-star GKs in arena. I mean, I don't know how your ship arenas is, but Malevolence makes the climb really easy, and then you're eventually going to need that for GAC anyway. So I would do Malevolence unlock for sure. There's no other way to get Malevolence unlock other than get 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
Nope, you're right.
Yeah.
No, you're correct. You are correct, sir.
Yeah, so I would do that.
Okay. There you go. Let's see. Tumblo. Okay, so Tumblo, he's all good. So all good, Tumblo. Then let's see. Next question. We'll go to Nev. Tilo Mad has a question. What if for the anniversary they gave us a character? Do you think potentially they could just straight up give us a like 7-star character for the anniversary?
I mean, they could do. They could, yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, 300. I mean, that would be a great one. That would be a great anniversary gift for someone just starting the game. But for people, you know, for end game players, it's kind of like it's just going to be 330 shards in the shard store, isn't it? That's all it's going to be to someone that's already collected pretty much everything and has maybe, you know, got 1 or 2 characters they haven't got. Yeah, I don't see them I don't see them doing something like that. It's because it would annoy more people than it would please others. I think that would, like I said, it'd be great for early game and mid game players. You know, people that have only been playing for, you know, short period of time, maybe 1 or 2 years, because, you know, they're only going to be like halfway through their roster. So, you know, the chance to get a full character would be, you know, really, really good for them. Unless of course, they did do 330 Clone Wars Chewie shards, then I don't think anybody would complain about that, because it would just be like, you know, the inside joke on steroids, because normally we'd get 3, but this time they decided to give us 330 instead of just 3. So, unless it was a brand new character, they gave us a 7-star brand new character, then yeah, something like that would be pretty cool as an anniversary gift.
There you go. Next question back to Loki here from Jared T. And Jared's question is it possible to attain Jedi Master Luke's ultimate charge under a different leader? It would be disappointing if Jedi Master Luke was pigeonholed into the leader slot.
Ew.
Yeah, he's. I mean, I guess you could. So it's a weird. From what we're gathering, is you need like super fast Jedi with Jedi Master Luke, because I believe his ultimate charge it depends on the speed of the other Jedi, which is strange. I think it is possible. It's just a little harder, and. Even when he is in the leader slot, it's hard to get to the ultimate right now. So I don't know if they're looking at that. I don't know if I mean, he's really good in light side GOTB. You'll get to ultimate probably in phase 2, I think is what it is, from what I'm gathering. But once he gets the ultimate, it's really good. So he's a different tune, and he's got different mechanics, and he has a lightsaber. He's not throwing Hadoukens everywhere and fireballs, which is what he does. But
Hadouken.
He's yeah. But I think outside of the leader, it's a little harder from what I'm seeing right now with the early videos of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next question. This one has a few different parts to it. Vormax has like a 3-part question.
Oh, good lord.
So we'll kind of go around the corner to each of you guys on these. So the first question that Vormax has: do you guys feel that it is time for a level cap increase? Starting with you, Nev. Level cap increase? Do you think it's time?
Yes.
Loki?
I'm gonna say no because I have no credits.
And I'm gonna say yes because I do have credits, and lucky you're a big F.
All right, next question. Do you guys prefer a new raid instead? I'm not sure instead of what, but do you guys, and we can just simplify, do you guys want a new raid? Nev?
Yes.
There you go. Loki?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all are looking for new content. And then the last question, I'll answer this one. Where are Grande and Jedi Master Adastra? Adastra is West Coast, and this is like her work time. So sometimes she gets busy. So that's why I think she's not on. And Grande is always just busy, but he joined apparently Heinze yesterday. I didn't get to see it.
It was just go back and listen to the end and listen to the pronunciation of all the names, and you will. You're gonna die, man. The damage was beyond ridiculous last night.
I love Grande. All right. Let's see. Next question. We'll go to actually, this is another around the corn type of question from Jay. So start with you this time, Loki. If you could choose a bonus for the 5th year anniversary, would you prefer a quality of life update or would you prefer character skins? They've been talking about that in chat, actually, about being able to skin characters differently and different outfits and stuff. So what would you prefer, quality of life update or character skins?
I mean, honestly, that's what they should be giving for GAC awards. It's not like, I don't think anybody cares about portraits anymore. But if they gave skins during, like, skins would be cool because those are in other games that I play. But, and it doesn't, I don't think it costs them anything to develop a new skin. And it's just something fun to personalize your character. But they really need to do away with the stupid portraits and even the names. Like, I really don't care about the names at this point. But they need to do something with that. It'd be fun to change like the color of the lightsaber, or like little things like that. Just make it fun. Make it so we can personalize the character, not just, modding is the way that they made money off of personalizing your, character. But yeah, visuals would be nice, especially with the new engine and whatever platform they're using, and utilize that because there's a lot of these old tunes that they have the old graphics from 2015 and they're horrible looking. But if you can give them a refresh and make it an unlock in GAC or make it an unlock somewhere, that would be fun. So I would love them to do something like that, and also quality of life. I mean, we don't have ship loadouts, and that's frustrating because I know a lot of us have put the wrong geos on your starting lineup, or you put the wrong I put vulture instead of hyena or something like that, and vice versa. But it's that's a little frustrating too, is they need to do that. And then raise our mod cap space. I think that's the big one. I think they can do it, or give us some sort of a treasure chest or something where you can store the mods, right? Like, if they can't figure out how to give us more mod space, then give us an archive box or something where we can throw them in.
That would be a nice thing.
Yeah,
like move it from your inventory.
A lot of games do that, right? Yeah. So give us something, hard code something in there as an additional storage unit for mods, because of if there's a limitation or something in the system now, then just create something for us. But yeah, I'd love for them to do something like that.
Yep. All right. Let's see. We'll do one more serious question, and then we'll do a few fun questions, and then start wrapping it up here. So, question from Rogue613. He says, my sister is 2 weeks away from unlocking her second Galactic Legend Ray. Well, congratulations. Nice. She has been asking me if this squad would be viable. So, Ranger and Loki, I'll kind of direct this to you. The team is Galactic Legend Ray, Vet Chewie, Vet Han, Zalbar, and Vandor Chewie. So the Vandor Chewie makes that interesting because you're trying to go with the reses. Zalbar is a pretty good tank. She is pretty synergized with just light side, and the Vet brothers are pretty. The Han and Chewie are not bad. So what do you guys think?
I don't know. I was just gonna say. I mean, I would drop the vets and just go with two more tanks if you want to do a timeout. Ultimate. All you're doing is you're stalling the team out to get to the ultimate, right?
Yeah, I like Finn in there somewhere because you want that speed up to Rey, right? To get her ultimate.
Yeah, and you want the retribution too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'd go 1 or 2 more tanks. I'd drop the vets, but I like Vandor. Vandor's cool. If you throw like L3 in there, I think that's pretty annoying.
Yeah, go Zalbar, Vandor, and L3 along with Finn and Rey.
That'd be pretty annoying, I think. Or you could throw a Nest in there, or something to where Vandor reses somebody.
Yeah, which would be really annoying, along with the protection you're getting from Rey. It's like,
Yep.
Well, that could work.
Yeah. It's a interesting team that she's trying to put together there. So yeah. So that's it. That we'll do for the serious questions here, as we're getting close to the top of the next hour here. And so, few fun questions here. Gav P question: what is all this haint business? I feel like I'm missing something salient, or are there actually ghosts from deep south abound in RSG streams?
Here they are, the haint hunters. Grim, Fury, Big Venom, Maz, and Finn have been hunting the haint. And pretty entertaining, I gotta say. Listen to them scream like little girls and get slaughtered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we be trying to find them haints. And
it's all about them haints. No trouble.
So yeah, there is that. We do that on Twitch, by the way. So
there you go.
Let's see. Next question. Darth Scion, when is the next big RSG charity stream? Halloween. We're gonna have two things going on Halloween. During the day and afternoon, it's gonna be the Magic the Gathering charity stream that Loki's gonna be hosting.
And I will be co-hosting. And
then
being an idiot.
And then on the evening, starting at midnight, we are going to do Phasmophobia. We're going to be haint hunting starting at the midnight. So it's going to be a fun day on Halloween. It falls on a Saturday, which works out really nicely.
It does.
So yeah. So yeah, that's what we're planning.
Okay.
And then last question, Hellenix for Ranger. As a fellow SWGOH OG, and being that the game's 5-year anniversary will be soon upon us, do you support the SWGO gaming community in saying I blame Finn?
Oh, I don't need to support the gaming community for this. I help patent the phrase because I've been dealing with Finn long before all this nonsense. So, you know what? I'm going to support that. I blame Finn. Screw it.
I mean, it's not wrong.
No, it's not.
Not wrong.
No. Not wrong.
Yes, yeah. Well, there it is.
Science?
That's science right there.
Okay.
That's it. That's it for questions.
Oh, that's it. So, okay. Well, we'll let everybody pimp their stuff. So, Mike had to go, so I'll pimp Mike's stuff. You can check Mike out on YouTube. Mike Hunt SWGOH. Make sure you add the SWGOH. You might get something you don't want to see if you don't put that in correctly. Who else we have? Let's see. No, he was the only one that dropped off. The Nev. Where can folks check you out at? Is he gone again? He is gone again. Okay, so we'll pimp his stuff too. So you can check out the Nev on the Escape Podcast. It's him and Paul on Fridays. And they do other stuff on that channel too. I know Paul does some games and he does some other stuff. And then I think Tuesdays, sometimes Wednesdays, depending on when the report is, but the GSA War Report with him and Flair, you can check that out as well. Yeah, I think that's all the pimping we need to do for that. So right after this, I'm going to go right into my GAC on Twitch. I'll knock my GAC out. Finn, when are you going to do yours? Because, people...
Oh, you're doing yours on Twitch?
Yeah, I'll do mine on Twitch.
No, do mine on YouTube then later.
No, you can do it on Twitch too. It doesn't matter. Because mine's going to be pretty quick. So you'll have plenty of time whenever you want to do it. And then tonight, as far as I know, we're still good, right? We're good, Finn? Good for tonight? Mm-hmm. Okay. D&D 8 p.m. Eastern. You can come check us out there. We'll continue the campaign in the Wild Mounts area, made famous by Critical Role, and we will continue doing that, and then Sunday, gonna be up in the air. I got a lot of stuff I got to get done. So there's a lot of stuff going on. We'll have a lot of streams for you guys. So just be able to check it out. You can check us out on Twitch. You can check us out on YouTube. Before everybody goes and we go jump over on Twitch, if you want to, if you'd like, please hit the thumbs up. It really does make a big difference for us. Mark on your calendars the 31st of October, because we're going to have more of the charity stuff. So we're trying to get to $10,000. We're at $7,400, right around there. So we have a little bit more ways to go for our first goal that we're trying to hit for the year. So if you can come support that, please do, because we'll be doing Magic the Gathering. I'll be hanging out with the Loki. And then later that night, we'll be doing the Hate Hunters. So that'll be a lot of fun. We're all going to get dressed up and, wear costumes, things of that nature. So, all right. Anything else to pimp Finn before we get out of here?
No, that's it.
Okay. Good job, everyone. Guys did a great job. It was great. I highly encourage you guys to go on Twitch and just go watch the end of the Heidi stream where Grande reads the names. It was, oh my God, it was classic, Finn. You actually may want to clip some of that stuff, Finn. I'm not kidding. RSG at its finest. All right, so I'm going to go GAC on Twitch. You guys can hop over there. If you haven't joined us or followed us on Twitch and sub to Twitch, please do. I'm getting ready to post the event now. Logan can hang out. We're going to do GAC. It's going to be an easy one and have some fun. We'll talk about it and stuff like that. Maybe get some crystals and finish my Luke. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe we'll hit that mark all of a sudden in our sub goal for raising money, and Finn will have to do Jedi Master Luke. I don't know. Crazy stuff will happen. I don't know. So come check it out. But thanks for hanging out with us. Hanging out with us today, guys. Have a great rest of your day. And last thing I'll say is wash your hands, wash your face, wear your mask, do your social distancing. Don't be one of those buttholes that's not doing that. The coronavirus is still here. It's still among us. So please, for the love of Christ, do the right thing. All right, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll keep streaming. If you keep watching, that's the way it works. Peace out.